Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Sports. My name is Rev Trev. So glad you're here. Today we're diving into the NFL draft and talking about the Packers. And my big question is, did we draft the wrong wide receiver in the second round? Now, I know some of you are really upset and angry that I've even asked this question because you're just following blindly to whatever people say and you're like, he's really good, so I think he's really good. It's like, let's deep dive into this a little bit because I think it's really important to check it out. Okay, so we know as a fan base, the majority of people wanted JNS at 13, and I told you in my videos, we're not going wide receiver, we never do. And so why didn't we go wide receiver there? Why did we go defensive end? Well, I think that was our bigger need, and they really liked Van Ness. But here's the thing. Why didn't they like JNS there? Why did they wait? Well, it's because they wanted to draft this kid named Jayden Reed from Michigan State. And my question was, when I saw him, was who? Most podcasters, Green Bay diehards, had no idea who he was. There was just this mixed reaction of like, what is Green Bay doing? So I wanted to do a bit of a deep dive to figure out why they did. Now everyone's watching his highlights like, this kid's amazing. He's next greatest thing and he's going to be perfect for our offense and blah, blah, blah. And they've moved from the love of JSN to the love of Jayden Reed. Now hold up, wait a second, because as you know, I was not happy with that pick. And there was a whole number of wide receivers that I preferred over him in the second round. In fact, I thought we could get Jayden Reed in the third or the fourth round, so I'm not really sure why we picked him so early. Okay, but let's just talk about his height, because everyone says the issue is with his height. And I don't know if it actually is, because it's not that he's short. JSN, for example, is 6'1", 200 pounds. Okay, so that's not bad. That's not bad. The guy that I was really interested in, Quentin Johnston, he is 6'4", 215 pounds. That's kind of your first round. If they're athletic, super talented, people like to draft those guys high. That's usually the guy who goes 13, 15, 22. You know, those are the guys that go there. The other one was Josh Downs from North Carolina, and he's only 5'10", 175. So let's take a moment, because you saw, if you watched me on Twitter, you followed me, you saw my post saying, listen, I really want Jalin Hyatt on my team. Whatever we do, Green Bay, just get that guy on our team. So why didn't we take him? Because if, in all honesty, it was kind of confusing. So I've done a comparison right here. I'm going to put it right here for you. So Jalin Hyatt, 6 feet, 180 pounds. Jalin Hyatt, that is, from Tennessee. And then Jayden Reed, 6 foot, 185 pounds. So we're talking the same guy, just he's a little 5 pounds heavier, right? Both played 12 games, but as you can see, Hyatt had 76 receptions, 1,200 yards, 1,257 yards, 15 touchdowns. I mean, that's significant. Now, we know Tennessee was a very good team with a good quarterback, another good wide receiver there. There's a lot of good things going on in Tennessee. But in Michigan State was another story. He had 55 catches, only 663 yards, and only 5 touchdowns. And so this is what really concerned me. I'm like, why is everyone freaking out? Because you watched a couple highlights where he juked a couple guys? I mean, we're talking about college DBs. We're not talking about professionals. Some of those guys might have been professional, but rarely. Like, it's not like, and they're saying that Michigan had a bad year. So I just decided to say, well, what was Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs' college years like? Their last years in college, okay? Christian Watson, as you can see here, 12 games, 43 receptions only, 800 yards passing, and 7 touchdowns. I mean, it's decent. It's not like, wow, that guy's amazing. And then we saw him have an amazing year. Romeo Doubs, on the other hand, 11 games, 80 receptions, 1,100 receiving yards, and 11 touchdowns. I mean, no wonder they drafted him. the potential alone on that guy. But you would say because of those stats, Dobbs is going to be better than Watson. But so far, it's been the opposite. Now, we hope that they both are awesome, right? So why did they take Jayden Reed? Like, what is it there? Because why didn't they take Hyatt? And we heard it on draft day when Hyatt got drafted to the Giants. The commentator said, Jalin Hyatt has absolutely dynamite speed, but he is not a good route runner. And that is the reason why Green Bay passed up on him. And if that's the case, good on you, guys. Good on you for doing that. So he's a speedster. I'm thinking, so is he going to be MVS? Is that what is he going to be? Or is he going to learn and be able to be a better route runner? I don't know. Like, you're playing against the NFL best cornerbacks and safeties. So I don't know. It's going to be hard to do that. That's where they think Jayden Reed is going to actually juke people out. He has that dynamite speed, that route running. And so I can see that he may be a guy who's a threat to stop. So, okay, he's had bad stats, though. Reed had bad stats in his last year of college, so let's not just write it all off. I did more of a deep dive into his college stats. Look at him as a freshman, okay? 12 games, 56 yards receiving, 797 yards receiving, okay? And then 8 touchdowns. That's pretty good. He actually made the Pro Bowl. And then the next year, he didn't, I think he only had like 3 touchdowns. It was not a good year. It was really bad. And then in his junior year, he had another monster season, 13 games, also an extra game, 59 receptions, 1,000 receiving yards, and 10 touchdowns. So that gives some context and some promise, and we know that Michigan was not good last season. Okay, let's dive in, though, one last guy. Because let's talk about Wicks, who was drafted by Green Bay later, and he has all the stats that say he should have been drafted higher. You know, from Virginia, 6'1", 210 pounds. I'm like, okay, you got my attention now, right? And but he played 12 games in 2021, had 57 receptions, 1,200 receiving yards, and 9 touchdowns. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. But last season, injuries hit him. 2022, 8 games only 30 receptions. Actually, 30 receptions in 8 games. That's not too bad. That's decent. 430 yards passing, receiving, and 2 touchdowns only. That's why people shied away. Maybe they're worried about the injury. But, man, if he and Jayden can have themselves some impressive debuts, think about it. Wicks, Reed in the slot. You got Dobbs, and you got Christian Watson. Are you kidding me? Like, the potential. Oh, and by the way, Jordan Love, you just got 2 tight ends in Musgrave and Kraft as well. That's why people are freaking out. So what do I think Jayden Reed's going to do? I don't know. I'm hoping they blow my mind on and blow my expectations that he is dynamic and lights out. They put him in places to succeed. I don't know what they're going to do. I hope that they made the right pick over Hyatt and some of the other guys that they could have got in that area there with Downs and those guys. So what do you think? Post it in the comments. Did any of these stats change your mind, get you worried, get you more excited? And thanks so much for following. I got a whole bunch of videos coming up. So please like, subscribe, follow the channel, and go Pack, go!